Welcome back to another live and F5 Livecast. I'm your host, Tom Quiet, and we are here at CMA Fest in this really cool media lounge that we have set up here. We have Julia Cole. How's it going today?
I am so happy to be here.
I'm so happy to have you here. You were actually one of the very first music video critiques I did, because you've gone through
That's
a
so
lot
cool.
of, been releasing a lot of music videos over the last 6 months or so.
Absolutely.
Right? I think the video, I don't remember what the title was, but you shot it in a bathroom and you were...
This Ring.
Yes, there you go. I was sitting there, I was like, oh, dang it, I probably should know what the name of the song was, but yeah. So I've been following you for a good little bit, and then I saw, your team reached out to me about setting this up. I'm like, yes, let's do this. So, awesome. So for anybody that's kind of getting to meet you for the first time, what's kind of your background? Where are you from?
I grew up in Houston, Texas. I got my start singing national anthems for my volleyball and basketball games,
Nice.
and then everything in Houston. The Texans, Astros, NASA, Houston Dynamo, the rodeo, and the Texas country scene kind of took me under their wing, and they sent me to Nashville. They were like, girl, you need to move to Nashville. You could really do this thing.
Get out of here. Yeah, go to Nashville, I feel like.
It was pretty cool.
This probably says something for
Lone
you.
Star Beer.
Yeah. I'm based out of Waco, so that's...
Wacky Waco. I did a project on Waco in 4th grade.
Okay.
Like a whole project on it.
Was it just the city, or was it the thing that happened in 93?
It was just the city.
Okay.
Like it was like everyone got a different city in Texas.
Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough. That sounds like a very Texas thing to do.
Oh, yeah. We said the Pledge of Allegiance to the Texas flag every single day,
Yep.
and obviously to the American flag. But it was we love Texas.
Yeah. I moved to Texas about 5 years ago, and I knew that going in, that like everybody's very proud to be
Welcome
from
to our
Texas.
country.
Yeah, pretty much. And so one day, I don't remember. Oh, I was going into a meeting or something at my day job, and we were sitting there, and I was like, "Okay, everybody stand for the pledge," and they're looking at me like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "We said the pledge in Texas, don't we? The Texas pledge, right?"
Yeah.
And then I started singing "The Stars Are Bright." I
That's
started singing that
hilarious.
one because we were in Central
Deep in
Texas.
the heart
Yeah,
of Texas.
and they look at me like, "You are the craziest person in the world, but you are so funny for
You should be in Austin.
Right.
Keep Austin weird.
Yeah, if I stay in Texas, that's where I'd like to go. But honestly, Nashville is
A vibe.
yes. I don't know if I could handle it 24/7, but
You and me both.
how's Nashville been treating you? How long have you been here?
I've been here for a few years. I went to Vandy here.
Yeah.
And I graduated. I actually didn't know I was going to do music for sure. Like when I finished high school, I didn't even know how to play guitar. But I moved here right after school or high school to go to Vandy.
Yeah.
And I just started to intern on Music Row. And I worked at a publishing company, a management company, just trying to learn how the industry worked. And a bunch of amazing songwriters started to teach me how to really, really write. And I wrote poetry and I wrote a book growing up. Like in high school, I wrote a 500-page novel.
Oh,
but
wow.
it's totally different than writing songs.
Yeah.
And these songwriters in town, mainly Chuck Cannon and Laurie White. Laurie became my first producer and publisher, and Chuck's her husband. The two of them took me under their wing, introduced me to all their songwriting friends, and I just got this crash course in music that I would have never gotten anywhere else.
Yeah.
Nashville's the mecca of songwriting. I don't care what anyone else says. It's the best city in the world. If you want to be a songwriter, you can learn how to do it here.
Yeah. I think Austin might have something to say about that.
No,
but
Austin wouldn't argue that.
No, really?
No, Austin's the live music capital.
Okay, that's
so
fair.
they all like to perform and all that, but the songwriters, I mean, the industry here of publishers and songwriters,
fair.
it's unparalleled anywhere in the world.
Fair.
Like more than LA, more than New York,
Yeah.
more than London. It's really incredible, the songwriters here.
Yeah, it's awesome to kind of be able to just walk down. The last time I was here, I think I was driving down the road and I saw or heard the most amazing like drummer just on the street corner playing
Right.
bucket drums. And I'm
If I
like,
hadn't moved to Nashville for Vandy,
Yeah.
I was a nerd in high school. I would have had an academic scholarship going
Sure.
to UT Austin.
Oh, wow.
But that was I was like, okay, I'm either going to be in Nashville or Austin.
Yeah.
And if I had landed there, I probably would be like a crazy, amazing guitar player because
Yeah.
they're so great at live
Yeah.
music. But I landed here, and now I feel like I'm really able to write a song all of the amazing coaches I've had here taught me how to.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really cool. So where are you kind of at creatively right now? I know you've been putting out a lot of music videos and all that fun stuff. Where are you kind of at right now?
I put a song out a month, so it's really not that much more. I feel like a lot of people do an album a year. I just like to space mine out as my story goes. So I had a really bad breakup this past summer, called off an engagement, and every song that's come out from the Life After You EP and what's turning into a full-length album, it's just been step by step me going through that. And about 6 months after I live it, the song comes out about it. And I've had the song about, do you stay or do you leave? Like, it's called, This Ring. You were mentioning the music video, and one of the lines is, what if when I leave you become the man I need? And that's one of the scariest parts of breaking up with somebody. And then I've got a song called Texas and Louisiana that's just about, you can't unkiss somebody. It's one of the lines in that song. And, we moved to your boy, and that's a letter to my ex's mom. And it's telling her the truth that I'll never get to tell her. And I'll never get to probably hug her bye. And then Life After You is living in that world after having somebody you used to do everything with, doing everything alone again for the first time. And then we move on to Tequila Helps. And it's true. Sometimes you need, like for me, it was having my girls come over and put your makeup on, get ready. We're going out, take the shot of tequila. We're going to go dance, and you're going to feel better. And I really did feel better. Like, it really helps. And obviously your friends are a big part of that too, the community around you. And then Diamondback. Are you supposed to pawn the ring, or do you give it back? What are you supposed to do?
Go sell it.
I mean, I've had some. You should go read all the comments on the video of that. Like, people are very opinionated, very passionately opinionated.
Well, I mean, that's just YouTube in general. Everybody's.
Well, I mean, on Instagram and TikTok, YouTube too, though, and then. The next one that's coming out, we're kicking off the Spicy Tour 2024, and the single is called Spicy. And my band is so excited to be out of Sad Girl J era. They're like, let's get them some spicy hot girl summer music. So the tour started at the Grand Ole Opry, and then we had another couple festivals, including CMA Fest, and then my headlining tour starts Tuesday.
Nice. Are you coming down to Texas? Or
I am playing all over Texas.
Sweet.
Yes.
I will. We'll talk offline about that. So, no, that's awesome. It's I love to see when musicians get their. This is your first headlining tour?
Yes.
Yeah, sweet. That's going to be awesome. It's going to be a grand old time, especially getting to come home to Texas, the state. Is,
I'm going to be at Papacitos.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Getting some fajitas.
Right. Speaking of Texas, what's one thing you miss about Texas that you?
Papacitos.
Yeah.
My family, but Papacitos.
Yeah.
No, I absolutely love the people there, and I love the culture and the home that I have there. But it's been beautiful getting to go meet people everywhere I've gone. I'm learning that even though there are so many differences in different geographic areas that I'm touring in, there's so many similarities too, and we all have gone through so many similar things, and I'm just finding this is a big family. Like the Cole team community has wrapped their arms around me through this breakup and really helped me through it.
That's
and
amazing.
I didn't know that was going to happen.
Right.
Like usually it's, the music has helped the fan get through their breakup or whatever. I didn't realize it was going to be thousands of messages of people telling me, Julia, you're going to be okay.
You're fine. Yeah.
You're going to make it through this.
Nice. And how long are you going to be on the road for?
We have announced, I think, 25 dates, but I think there's a whole second leg of it that isn't announced yet, and we're going across the pond. I think we're going to hit some UK and Australia dates as well as all the US dates. That's
absolutely amazing. That's really cool. So outside of music, when you get that like 2 seconds to yourself, what do you like to do? What's kind of your stress reliever? Or
I visit my family a lot. My older sister's about to have a baby, so I'm going to be going up seeing my new nephew soon. My little sister and I hang out all the time. Emily actually surprised me for CMA Fest. She's here, but I like to surprise her at her track meets too. And I see my parents as much as I can. My grandparents came up for my Opry performance at the beginning of this tour. So I'm very, very close with my entire extended family, like cousins, everybody. That's one of my favorite things to do if I do have free time. And then on top of that, play volleyball. I read a lot of books. And spend time outside. I like to hike. I like to be on the water, go to the beach or be on the lake. Pretty much anything outdoors I can do, I'm happy about.
Fair. Very fair.
And eat.
I feel like
I love food.
Yeah. Food and being outside, I feel like those are the two common things amongst all musicians.
That and sunshine. Those three things define happiness.
Right. I 100% agree. 100% agree. So being that you're from Texas, I do have to ask you a very Texas question.
Hit me.
What is your Whataburger order?
Honey butter chicken biscuit, and if I have to wait until after 11 p.m., I do.
Fair. See, I went the last 3 times I went to Whataburger and got the honey butter chicken biscuit. It was the worst.
Nope, I'm not hearing that.
No. The biscuit fell apart. Like it was like I'm sitting there eating it, and I take my first bite, and like the biscuit just crumbles.
I always
in my
ask for
hand.
extra honey butter, and I just like douse it in honey butter. It's so fun.
And like the biscuit just crumbled in my hand, and I'm sitting there. I've got honey all over my hands and in my lap.
See, what an experience, though. My whole band will go after shows that we have in Houston, and my parents will come too, or we'll like get a whole bunch of them and then take them back to my parents' house and just have Whataburger parties and their vanilla milkshakes. Oh my gosh, so good.
But yes,
they actually expanded outside of Texas, which I don't know how I feel about that. But
when I lived in New Mexico, we had one out in New Mexico, which
I guess I'll share. I guess
it's one of those things where so I lived in Roswell, New Mexico, so it was literally 30 minutes from the border. So it was like it expanded, but really, how much?
New Mexico's cool though. I remember we went out and did a show out there. We went to play on some big military base.
It was probably South New Mexico. It was in Hobbs, I think. Maybe.
I just thought it was amazing how much land there is there that's just untapped. It was like, it felt like time travel. It was really cool.
It's like privately owned, and they just don't do anything with it.
It's so cool. I just, our nation has so many untapped and beautiful places, and I hope that they keep it that way, you know?
It's the same way in Texas even.
It's true.
You drive out to West Texas, I can't tell you how many times driving through West Texas, it's like, I wonder who owns this land. Like,
and somebody does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. But absolutely enjoyed this conversation.
Me
I appreciate
too.
you taking the time to sit down and chat with us. If anybody wants to check out your music or
The tour.
the tour or any of that fun stuff, where's the best place to find you?
JuliaColeMusic.com, and my social media, it's at JuliaColeMusic.
Nice.
And I do respond to all my Instagram messages, so
Awesome.
I'd love to meet everybody.
Awesome. Well, once again, thank you so much for sitting down and chatting with us, and we will see you all later.
Bye.